Welcome back to Live from the Pit. I'm your host, Tom Quiet, and we're sitting here with our featured guest today, Sharkbait. We have Max, we have Ash. How's it going today, guys?
What up, dude? How's it going, man? Nice to be here.
Glad to have y'all. I've been following y'all for so long. It's kind of bizarre that I haven't had you on anything we've done ever. I found okay, so this is kind of a weird introductory how I found y'all. Y'all had posted an ad for like a t-shirt. This was like early pandemic, and it was like a weird like tie-dye t-shirt that you guys had done or something. Maybe it was either tie-dye or acid wash. And we had a bet with one of our friends that you couldn't print on tie-dye t-shirts. Like he thought you couldn't print on tie-dye. Like, this is really weird and really random. He thought you couldn't print on tie-dye t-shirts, and I saw this ad and I was like, hey, here. And I showed him the picture. He was like, well, I guess I'm wrong. And I'm like, yeah.
That's so strange, because that's how we get the majority of our fans, to be fair.
and so, and then I was like, oh, wait, these guys are actually a band. Let me check it out. And I just started listening. And yeah, so yeah, that's kind of how it rolled out.
That's pretty cool.
So, what's kind of the backstory of Sharkbait?
Oh, man, me and Max and Chris, the drummer, have been playing in bands together since we were.
Right. In all fairness, you were playing with the bassist before.
Yeah. So me, the current bassist Coral, and Chris, we've been playing in bands together since we were literally kids, like 16, 15-year-olds. And over time, they fall apart, people leave, and the core lineup, like me and Max over here, he came in really early, to be fair. It was like just after SWR, it were early days. And we made like the core of the band, but it weren't really Sharkbait, because we were still young one, it didn't really know what we were doing.
It definitely had like the vibes and
we're like pop punk, but not quite as focused as what we're doing. And then over years, through doing different bands, different tours, and it all, as it does with bands, sometimes just falls apart. We ended up coming across Nick, who were just the linchpin in us finding our sound, really. So, and that was few years ago now, 5 years ago now, to be fair.
A
couple of years before COVID.
And so you guys started releasing music in 2017, I think, right?
Yeah, it sounds right.
That's probably about right with under Sharkbait when we finally
got our act together.
Nice. And I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, how did you come up with the name Sharkbait? Like, were you watching Finding Nemo or something, or?
We had a name and no one were happy with it. We were called Save the World, Forget the Girl. It's a garbage band name and no one were ever happy with it. But we had loads of material recording and we were wanting to make a physical CD. So we were like, right, we changed this band name. We've got to sort this out. And it was just an odds. And Chris come in one time and like, what about Sharkbait? I think his girlfriend watched Finding Nemo literally the night before. It was like, done. Yeah, let's print it. Perfect. Let's go. It's SB. Looks good. Perfect. Sharkbait.
Everyone was like happy enough to go.
Yeah, literally. Just getting 5 dudes to agree on a name.
And I mean, Sharkbait works just like in every aspect. Like the name, it's random enough and it looks good on a t-shirt. So I guess, what's the old eye appeal test? Does it look good on a banner? I think is what a lot of people say.
Yeah. We can swap a letter out for like an animal or something as well.
Yeah,
I get the old.
It came with the added bonus of having like crowds chanting hoo-ha.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So y'all are actually getting ready to release a new single this Friday, correct?
Yeah, this Friday. Yeah, No Place to Call Home. It's an absolute belter, to be fair. I wish I'd have sent you it beforehand so you could have had a listen, but I just really didn't think.
Oh, you're good. What's the story of the song?
So it's a close one to our home city, Doncaster. We've got like a really kind of rising homeless problem here. Like a lot of people are just totally out of luck in their lives, whether it be through addiction or not been able to hold down a job. And we've just been turned into a city from a town as well. So all the rent round here has gone up like crazily. So it's just that kind of our acknowledgement of what's going on with our town and the like rising homeless rates here. It's written about like an imaginary dude, but through the lens. We all work in the city centre as well, so
Mhm.
you see it every day. You know, people out just
it's our take on like
Yeah.
what's happening out here, but
yeah. It's like the tragedy of it, really. But
yeah, still laid over like pretty upbeat
upbeat pop punk kind of sound. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Kind of like the Afterlife, the Paramore era, happy music, and you listen to it, and it's kind of depressing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't listen too close if you want to keep the upbeat vibe going. It should be
Yeah, I
fine.
got you. I got you. You know, what's interesting about that topic is I think it's going to have a nice international appeal. And like, I mean, I know y'all did it for the right reasons to talk about what's going on in your hometown, but like, I know where I live, we have a very similar issue where the rising homeless rates, and every day I drive to work, there's always at least 5 to 10 people sitting on the corners, panhandling, looking for money. And so I think it's just kind of a very timely song, and if promoted correctly and just it catches, like I think y'all could do something real damage with the song.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
Hopefully, even if it just someone listens and it gets them thinking a little bit and they help.
They see them as
someone
people.
else.
Yeah.
Hopefully on the small or big scale, hopefully it
Yeah,
does something good.
hopefully.
Yeah,
Even if it's or the song for the song like that, would do fine. But
yeah,
there is a bit.
There's more to it. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely more there. We shot the video ourselves. We normally pay for a videographer, and the plan is after we've released it and we get a little bit of money from it, we're going to donate it to our local homeless shelter as well.
I was
so we
go-
can hopefully put a bit more in than just the words kind of thing.
Yeah, I was actually going to bring that up offline. Like, if that wasn't something that was on your radar, to maybe attach it to something either locally to you or maybe in the UK, you know, I think that's just going to draw people in more. Like, even if it's like, hey, we're going to give 50% of the money that we make off a street, you know, like whatever. I mean,
literally, that whole thing, where you can give it and it makes a difference, whether it be to that was the idea when we were just talking. We were just trying to choose a shelter basically at this point.
For sure.
We've got a couple around here, and there's a few really good ones, and then there's a few what might need the money more, and it's trying to decide whether you give it to the one that is giving good service or the one that needs
and I mean that's just a thing where it's like you guys have to do what you feel is best, and
right.
I mean, at the end of the day, it all helps. So as long as they're not like pocketing the money or something, you know, that's the big thing to look out for. So with No Place to Call Home, is this ultimately leading to a bigger project like an EP, LP, or?
So we've got a few more singles already ready, like cooked up and ready to release, and we're going to do a run of singles probably till summer next year, I think, and then hopefully put some a bit more substantial together for like the back end of next year.
Nice.
Whether it be a long EP, maybe an album, whatever we can get whatever we can get time into work for, really, and pay for studio time and stuff for.
For sure. That's always the hard part, is paying for that studio time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could sit there and learn how to do it yourself all day, but when it comes to a band, it's like you really need somebody that is unbiased, and it's like, okay, this is what sounds best for the band. This is what I'm going to do. So,
yeah, we have got a really great guy as well. He's called Mike Bennett. He runs a place called Foxhound Studios. Where is he? It's Cheshire. Yeah, I'm dreadful with locations. I'd have told you anyway. Well, yeah, it's Cheshire area. We go out and we stay there when we're there. If anyone else who's listening is looking for a good place to record in UK, Foxhound Studios, Mike will take care of you big time.
Nice. That's really cool. That's, you know, it's really cool how a lot of local recording studios are just kind of looking out for the local artists, because you go to places like Nashville or Austin and they're all about the business, and it's like, okay, you've got 4 hours in and out, let's go, you know. It's, I mean,
it's quick work in it then.
Oh, so kind of looking forward, how are you guys playing shows, or where are you kind of at there?
We've been holding off for booking for a little while. I think we're going to start playing again seriously at New Year. I think we're going to try and put some good weekenders and maybe some longer form stuff in summertime as well. I think at the minute we're really trying to get that ball rolling with our online presence, really push it out. So when we are back to playing gigs, we can sell these shows out, you know, rather than there being just 50, 70 people there. Maybe there's 250 people there, 500 people there. But we just really need that presence across wherever we're looking to book.
Oh yeah, for sure. Once you make that first kind of initial jump from like the lower, like the coffee houses or like the smaller venues, and then you jump into from like 50 people to 250 people. That is such a huge improvement, and I think you guys are going to take that momentum and just keep going with it. Like I think a lot of musicians have that problem from they do like a round of shows and it's like, oh, only 50 people showed up, and then they never wait for that like bump after years or whatever it is, and they just kind of give up. So the fact that you guys are like actually pushing and still doing this, and it's really cool.
No, thanks, man.
Yeah, there's no stopping us. We've got nothing else that we're.
Yeah, we've got nothing else going on.
we love playing the show.
Yeah, it's what it's all about. To be fair, yeah.
Like, it's been so long since we played a show and not had someone who's just been like loving the music and stuff, and even just that one person every time is enough just to be like, let's get the next one booked. And I think we just need to get these songs we're sat on out, and then get back on that, and we'll be living the dream.
Yeah, that's like the best motivation. Is it's like you're trying to get back on the pedestal, and you're like booking that first show, and you're nervous. Is it going to take off? Is it going to do well? Is it like all these things are flooding through your head, and then you do the show, it does well, and then it's like a rush, and it's like, okay, we got to get the next. It's like that weird addictive rush.
Yeah.
So
yeah, especially when you sat on the pile of merch money.
Right. Right. Oh, so kind of moving forward, you guys are pretty much just holding back, writing, doing a lot of like behind the scenes stuff for next year. What's kind of the plan for next year? Obviously shows and all that stuff. Are you just kind of staying around Yorkshire, or are you going to try and expand out in the UK?
Hopefully everywhere in UK. Yeah, it should be. Yeah, York should be in our backyard. It's really easy just to get a show kind of anywhere and play it, and it'd be a good one. But we've got a lot of listeners down in London, and we don't really go down there very often. And it'd be fantastic to go and make a proper presence in the city, you know, and even jump up Scotland. Like, like I think we had a plan to do like a week and a half kind of stretch where we'd like zigzag down the whole of the country. And give everyone a fair chance, like hit all the big cities, and hopefully everyone can come out after we've established this bigger presence. Hopefully everyone can come out and check us out there. And
that's cool. That's really cool. I mean, doing a cross country trip, that's just fun in general, even if you're not playing music. Man. So, but yeah. So if anybody wants to check out your music or any of that stuff, where's the best place to find you? On social, Spotify, wherever?
Yeah. So you can find us on Spotify, it's a Sharkbait Band. You find us on YouTube, everywhere Sharkbait Band. Yeah, just put in at Sharkbait Band on your preferred choice, and you'll find us there. Yeah.
Sweet. Well, really appreciate y'all for jumping in and chatting with us a little bit, talking about the new single, No Place to Call Home, drops on Friday. So when that drops, we'll make sure we post and spam. I guess I can't say spam the link because that's like a curse word on social.
I know what you mean.
we will help promote it as much as we can. Really appreciate y'all taking the time to sit down and chat with us, and we'll be back after this musical break.